Can you believe it, everybody? It is time once again to step into the Christmas season with the longest-running holiday show in Charleston for the 19th year. Brad and Jennifer Moran's bring us the Charleston Christmas Special. Here with the preview and some details is Brad Moran's himself. Brad, it's great to see you.
Thank you, John. Good to be here.
I wish it was more than once a year, but here we are. We're in that season again.
That would be interesting.
It would.
We'd all be broke if it was more than once a year.
Ain't that the truth? Tell me all about this spectacular, because if people have never gone to this thing, 19 years running right now, it is a Broadway-style epic show right here in the Holy City.
It still amazes me that people don't know it's here, and that's why I keep coming on, to at least let people know it's here.
Yeah.
It's huge. It is epic. That's a good way to say it.
2 hours long?
2 hours. It's great for the whole family. It's like in the style of the old television variety shows when families would watch something all together.
Okay.
And I think the thing that makes it really amazing, besides the content is just wonderful, is the talent. The talent's incredible. It's some of the most wonderful people that we've found here in Charleston,
right,
combined with incredible singers from all over the country.
You've got your tentacles out there each and every year, and you say this kind of happens by chance sometimes at the holidays come, but you get Broadway
well,
actors.
No, they really are coming down.
And they come down from New York because you know these guys, and they have a little break between shows, and you pull them down and say, hey, why don't you come and hang out in Charleston a couple weeks?
I don't want to say we get lucky, because we never know who's going to come, because it all depends on who's in between whatever other job they're in. But fortunately, we know a lot of people, and so we always get somebody. And then what's really fun is we create the show around the talents of the people who actually are able to come. So the show looks tailor-made, and it is literally tailor-made for these people. There are some performances in this show that I've been in rehearsal watching them, and my jaw drops at listening to some of the singers, or watching some of the dancers, or the musicians, or the kids. We've got some.
That's the thing about it. You have some of the most talented kids. You've brought them on the show before.
I've never seen
kids
like this.
And these voices are just huge.
Their voices or their dancing, I mean, they're like little professionals. We had one guy's in the show, and he's from New York, and he's in between. He's about to go back and, as a matter of fact, do something in New York. And he looked at these kids. He'd never seen them before, and he said, these kids ought to be working in New York. Well, there's only 10 years old, so their parents are not going to let them go to New York right now.
But they got that level of talent.
They are that amazing.
Well, tell me about some of the numbers that you got coming up this year, because it really is just a taste of all the holidays, and it just makes you feel warm, it makes you feel good, and gets you ready for Christmas, the holidays. It's really there to get you in the season.
Well, numbers, content-wise, we cover all different styles of Christmas music, whether it's secular or religious. But we always come around to the real meaning of Christmas, of course. So you'll hear "O Holy Night." Now, this year's version of "O Holy Night," which we do in almost every show, is Il Divo's version. So we hired 4 of the most amazing male singers who are able to actually cover that song and do it just as well. That's one of my highlights in it. We're also doing a beautiful version of Ave Maria that I'd never heard before. Just never heard.
That sounds good.
Sarah Brightman had done it, and she was the original from Phantom of the Opera. And then we have all of our fun songs. You know, the Santa Claus is coming to town.
You see people get up in their seats and kind of dance around a little bit.
Oh, it's impossible to sit still.
Yeah.
Impossible.
That's what we love. Tell me how long you guys have been. I know that you yourself have been kind of choreographing and playing this thing out in your mind for about 6 to 7 months now.
Well, Jenny and I work all year on it. We work really hard on it for about 6 months. And then we bring the dancers in first, about 3 weeks or 4 weeks before the show opens, teach all the choreography to the dancers. Then the singers come in about 10 days before the show, and we teach all the vocals to the singers. And then we bring the band in. Then we put all that mess together, and it turns into something.
Fine-tuning, and of course, it will be fine as well. This runs the 5th through the 21st.
There are 13 performances at the Charleston Music Hall, and that's another thing. If you've never been to the Charleston Music Hall, that theater, it only has 19 rows in it.
Yeah.
It's actually quite small.
Right.
And every seat is amazing. You can sit in the balcony, and you're like, the first row of the balcony is as close to the stage as the 8th row downstairs.
Well, that's not a bad seat in the house.
No, it isn't. It's
that's
amazing. And so there's plenty of seats left. I mean, so far 7,000 people have bought tickets.
Really?
We have 7,000 so far. And but there's literally several thousand seats left, and like I said, they're all great.
And look at that. Tickets range from $16 to $36. You can get them at etix.com. I see right here On the flyer, you've got a kids' night free as well.
December 18, the Thursday night performance at 7 o'clock. Kids 12 and under are free with the purchase of one paid adult.
Right.
And that always sells out, and it's just a lot of fun to have that many kids in the house at one time.
And you know what? You're such a good guy for doing this, too, because on Saturdays, you've got a little matinee going on.
Oh, yeah.
You do 2 performances on Saturday.
Yes, we usually do. Now, the first Saturday, our first opening Saturday, we're only going to do one.
Yeah.
But after that, we do 2 on Saturday and 1 on Sunday. We love the matinees. A lot of folks like to come, particularly with the families, and you know they want to come in the daytime and be able to get home.
Brad, hit me with that website real quick so people can get those tickets and find out all about details.
Tickets, well, there's several ways you can get them. You can even go to the theater. So that's the simplest, Charleston Music
box
Hall.
people still do that?
Yes,
They have those?
there is a box office now. Or at etix.com online, or the etix phone number, which is on the screen now.
Yep.
Or you can call me. I'm in the phone book. You can get me. I'm in and out of rehearsals, but I'll answer the phone
Or
eventually.
check out Brad and JenniferMorans.com for much more. Brad, great to see you as always.
Thank you, John.
Best of luck with the show.
Thanks so much.
We'll be catching it downtown
Great.
pretty soon. All right, more after the break. Stay with us.